Hey guys, what's up? It is Doug and welcome to another 2021 edition of Spooky Villages. It is so nice to be back. And hey, I wanted to thank you all, so many of you, for the nice comments on Instagram or on the YouTube video last week of the whiskey distillery. So many of you folks were kind and happy to see that I'm back here. Yes, I'm back. This is awesome. And today I bring to you one of the most anticipated reviews that I've ever done, because the piece I have today is different than any of the other ones that I've either personally owned or that I've done on this channel, definitely. And I think I've done close to, I know I've done at least like 80 buildings on this channel. I think it's around 90 or 100, something around there. And I definitely have never done one that has the element that this one has. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Skull Cave Quarry. So the element in particular, this thing, it's a heavy box here. It fogs. I have never had a Spooky Town Village piece that fogged, or Department 56, because I know that they have several. I know especially that display platform that they have. No, I've never had a piece that fogs. So, you know, back in the day, this is a few years ago, I did have the famous Isle of Doom, but the thing is with mine, first off, I had it before I even had this channel. And the one I had did not have a fogging unit. So this is the first time I've ever had to use one, and it did take a minute to set up. I'm gonna show you how to set that up actually here, because mine did not come with instructions. So I'll walk you through that in case yours don't either. So let's actually look at this piece. Here it is, guys. The quarry in all of its glory. This is a heavy piece. I think I need to say that at first here. Those of you who like the really heavy-duty, old-school style Spooky Town ceramic buildings, you are in luck. This is a beast. This thing is it is heavy all around it. It's just very substantially done. Look at the cool details on this too. I love the paint. I love the detail. It feels very craggy, very rocky. All right, so here's how you set this piece up. So it actually has a drawer, you look here, that slides out. And this piece, on mine, it came taped inside of the middle of it here. You'll have to remove it. You can see here, there's like a little pointed piece here. What you're gonna do, there's also a bag of these little like wick things here. You're going to take this, you're gonna put the wick into this little hole right there. And then you're gonna make sure there's single tab, there's a spot where you can see the tab goes. And it hooks on just like that, magnetizes. Bam, there you go. Slide it in, and now you are ready to add water. And yes, if you see that this piece looks a little wet here, it's because I actually had it set up here beforehand, and I had to dump it out, you know, to do this portion of the review. So just know if you see it, it's not wet glue or anything. It's actually, it is water here. So the lagoon here, you actually fill it with water. One note on the water, you need to use distilled water. If you don't use distilled water, you're going to gum up the fogging mechanism with things that are in tap water. Use distilled water. And when you fill it with water, after you fill it a little ways up here, there's this little thing over here. That's your little fogging button, and you'll click it and turn it on. I don't have power to it right now, of course, but when you do, it'll start fogging almost immediately. If you don't have enough water in there, it's going to blink. And that tells you to add more water to it. And that's really it as far as the setup goes on it. It's pretty simple to set up. And so this one doesn't have any sound. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to light this thing up. I'm just going to let the fog roll as I talk about some of it here. You have to see what this looks like lit up. Guys, look at this. This looks amazing. And this isn't like an optical illusion or anything. Mine does put out a good amount of fog. And you can just see it rolling through here with the, you know, the eerie lights. I love how this one is so multicolored. And of course those skull, the eyes in the red looks so ominous. It looks so creepy and scary. And it's cool that this piece actually does have water in it. You know, it's not just like a piece that looks like it would, you know, like the Cove would have water. No, you actually, because you have to put water in it, it does have water in it, which looks even cooler. The smoke kind of coming off of the water. It just, I love this. This is like a classic Spooky Town piece. And again, as I said, the lighting on it, there's all these different colors on it. I really think Lemax this year has done a good job in varying their lighting. And again, there's no music or anything here. There's no moving parts outside of the fogger. The fogger does make a very light noise. So theme-wise with this one, you know, this year they're doing a lot of nautical stuff. I can't wait to put this with the Isle of Jacks. I think, spoiler alert, my display this year actually is going to be a nautical theme because there's a lot of really cool nautical pieces this year. The nautical theme was hard to get. They had some in the past, but the prices on those would be really expensive. This year, if you're wanting a nautical theme, I mean, you can pretty much get everything you need just this year, and actually that's what I intend to do. I think you could also put this in a carnival. It looked like it would work sort of as a carnival ride. You know, sometimes they have those lazy rivers that, I call it a lazy river though, you put a boat in them or something and they make them haunted. You can easily turn like a lazy river into a haunted river, or a little dark ride, I guess, something like that. It would work for that in a carnival, I think, because that skull and everything, it's so overtly themed. But I think it would look great for a nautical theme. Or you could even have in the background, like a spooky cave right in the back of your scene, like in the woods or something like that. There's a lot you can do with this. Let's take a quick look at the details here just so I can point some out. Of course, you have up here, a little figurine, looks great. Looks like a vulture here. I like the little details, pumpkins, ladders, logs, and of course the skull, you know, that's on top of it. But if you want to look all the way around here, you can see a big tree back there. But I love how craggy this looks. It looks very mountainous. It looks very uninviting. It does not look smooth. I love the texture on it. Again, you know, you saw that earlier. This is the drawer that pops out there, goes back in there, fill it up with water. I love the scene in here. It just looks fantastic as far as the theming goes on this one. I have to say on this one, I'm actually happy it doesn't have any animation. Because first off, the smoke, I guess it's hard to call it when it doesn't have animation, right? Because that smoke is quite animated, the fog, but it doesn't have any moving parts really outside of the fogger. And I think that's important. It should stay running, I hope, for a long time. The lighting on it is great. It's just a classic Spooky Town piece. I feel like this could have easily come out in the heyday in the mid to late aughts. And if it did, it would command a high price tag. This one right now, it runs around $80 at different places. I think you're getting a heck of a deal for that. You're getting the heavy duty Spooky Town construction that a lot of you guys like. I know a lot of you folks don't like the plastic style that some of the buildings do. This is very heavy. It's very substantial. It reminds me of the Symphony of Screams from a couple of years ago. If you guys remember that one, how you know, heavy it was and beefy. That's what this one is here. And of course the theming on it is great. You could just have this thing rolling and having that, you know, the fog waft out, and it looks great. Just remember to use distilled water though. Do not use tap water. You will gum up the fogger, and you do not want that. That's really all I had to say about this one, guys. A+ for me. This is fantastic. I love this building. I hope to display it this year. It looks awesome. Very ominous, very spooky. It seems mechanically simple enough. Heavy duty construction. This is a classic Spooky Town piece in my opinion. Great job, Lemax, on this piece. I love it. I think so many of you out there are going to like it. I know last week when I teased doing this review, so many of you are interested, and I understand why. I was, you know, out of all the pieces this year, well, there's the Isle of Jacks, which does something similar that I can't wait to review, but I think I was probably most excited to review this piece this year because I just haven't had one that had fog before, and it was worth the wait for me. I love this piece. I hope to display this a lot in the coming future. This is, thank you guys very much. There's no sound on this, so there's no like a lights and sound portion at the end here. So this is the end of the video, but I hope you guys like it. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of this? And for the hint for next week, I don't know about you guys, but I really like a candy apple. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another Spooky Town review.